As a preacher, I'm always looking for that good illustration, and we shouldn't be surprised that Jesus were the best. He so often found things from ordinary life that would help explain his point and would also be really memorable to help people remind them of what he was teaching. And actually that happened to me just yesterday morning. I was tidying up after breakfast, stood at the sink, and a little bird flew down and landed just outside my window. Stayed there for a couple of seconds before again flying away to a nearby tree. And immediately seeing that, my mind jumped to Jesus' words in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 6. And they are famous and they are key and important words for us now. Let me just read them. Matthew 6, verse 25 and 26. Jesus says to us, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes?" And here it is. Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Do not worry, Jesus says. Wow, what massive words they are in these days. I mean, there are always worries and cares, but so many at the moment. In fact, just today there's an article on the BBC, coronavirus. It's just anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. There is so much that we could worry about at the moment. But Jesus here goes right back to the fundamentals, worrying about your life, about what you will eat or what you will drink. And he says, look, don't worry about those things. Now, it's all well and good he says that, but how can we possibly obey? Well, through the rest of the verses, through the rest of the chapter, Jesus gives reasons why it is that we do not need to worry and why we shouldn't worry. But he uses birds as an illustration for his first point. You see it again there. He says, look at the birds of the air. They don't sow or reap or store away in barns. You know, these birds haven't got massive stockpiles of pasta and of toilet roll in the loft. They haven't got thousands of pounds at the bank as a buffer to see them through uncertain financial times. And yet, your Heavenly Father feeds them. And then here's the crunch, the centre of the issue here. At the end of verse 26, Jesus says, are you not much more valuable than they? Our Father feeds those birds, like that bird that flew and landed outside my window. Are you not much more valuable than they? We have a loving Father who cares for us, who knows what we need. That is why we need not be anxious, why we need not worry. He will provide what we need because he is the good Father. And so this week, let that illustration help you. You know, as you're out for your daily stroll or in your garden or even just looking out the window. When you see those birds, remember how Father feeds them. And now remember how much more valuable you are than them. And so Father will provide what we need. Do not worry.